Hey guys, what's going on? Back to you again, and this time it's going to be another movie review for you guys. And this is going to be on a movie that I also recently saw, and I also have had for a couple months. Just never got around to watching it until last week, and that is Mel Gibson's Apocalypto, and directed by Mel Gibson, of course, and it's written and produced by him, and it was also written by uh, Farhad Safina. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it was also produced by Bruce Davey. And this one was released in 2005. And basically, what the movie's about is it takes place in Central America in the jungle, and you have this Mayan tribe, and what happens is that this tribe's you know a territory gets invaded by an outsiders, outsiders that are another tribe, and they basically wreak havoc and they kill a lot of people, kidnap most of the tribe, and there's this one particular tribe member named Jaguar Pa, who basically gets kidnapped and his family's left behind. His wife and his son, and his wife's also pregnant, and he's taken with a bunch of all the others that are still alive, basically, to another city where they're killing people and everything. And he basically tries to find a way to escape and to go back and rescue his wife and their son, and that's basically the whole plot line of the movie. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this movie an awful lot. It's one of those movies where like I wish I saw it a lot sooner, but I didn't. And but as they say, better late than never. And to say what you want about Mel Gibson, I think he's a great director and I think he's a great actor. I would say that I like those sides of him. I can't really say I'm a big fan of him as a person because of political views and you know a lot of the racist shit he said in the past. I know nobody's perfect, but it's still like stuff that you can't really forget. You know what I mean? But this movie was a smash hit when it came out, and if you don't believe me, look it up on IMDb. It has a very great rating. A lot of times we know that IMDb is not always right, but in this case, for this movie, they're definitely right. And I'll show you guys the packaging of the DVD here. Here's the side, and here's the back, and there's a picture of Mel Gibson right there. Funny that they have a picture of him on the back, and he's not even in the movie. I think they just took a picture during production, I guess, and they just decided to put it on there. I guess maybe I don't know. But it has one of those um, these little tabs that you have to pull in order to open up the case, and there's the disc art. Um, some people might not be fans of these, but I don't care. It's good. Yeah, and I got this, and it looks brand new. A relative of mine was getting rid of a bunch of their movies, and it was like she was basically just like, "Here you go." So shout out to my aunt, great aunt Sylvia, for that. If she's watching this, I highly doubt she is, but that's okay. Um, but yeah, the movie has great music in it. The music's by James Horner. May he rest in peace. It's a shame he passed away back in 2015 in a aircraft crash. For those who don't know, shitty day that was. Because he was a great composer. He did not only did he compose the music for this movie, but he did many others like the Karate Kid remake and a whole bunch of others. But the acting in this is pretty good. Like the cast, they're all not really well known actors. Like they're all Mexican women and men and children too. And the atmosphere of the movie, I think, is very. It's definitely very, very brutal. Like, there's no question about it. The scenery, like when it comes to like the where it's set, like in the jungle in Central America, and when like the bad people are escorting them to the other city. Like the scenery in here in this movie is absolutely beautiful. So I think it's a beautiful film visually. It's a very dark film, obviously, because there's a lot of innocent people being killed. Thankfully, you don't see any children being killed, although just because they don't have children being killed still doesn't make it a very good situation when there's other people being killed, whether it's children or not. It's still obviously bad, but I was kind of like hoping, like, oh god, please don't show any killing children, but they didn't do that. So, props to Mel Gibson for doing that. I appreciate that because that would have been very disturbing. Obviously, I mean, like, I still would have liked it, like, if that had happened. Not saying that I would support that, but if it's only like a movie, then I know it's not real. But same with animal cruelty. I don't like animal cruelty, but if it's in a movie and I know it's fake, like, I'll still watch it, but doesn't mean I'm a fan of seeing it. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of gross scenes, like the beginning, like they're hunting like this boar type thing, and they catch it in a trap, and they cut it open. They cut out its heart, its liver, and they even cut off the ball sack and everything. And they trick the one guy to eating the balls and everything, and he's grossed out. And that scene is fucking gross, by the way. And they're all laughing at him and everything. I'm like, what a bunch of assholes, to do that, because they were acting like that one of them has eaten a bunch of them before in the past, and that was a lie. So that's why they tricked him into doing it. And I thought that was pretty messed up to do. So there's also great special effects, like the way that everything's put together, like the special effects with like the kills. Like the kills are pretty brutal, but they're also pretty good. Also, like the whole situation with the Jaguar Paw, protecting his family from the other people, invading their land and everything. I thought that was very nice of him, but, at the same time, like the wife's telling him to, like, come back, to, like, stay with them and everything, but he feels bad of leaving his other family and tribe members behind, and I understand that, but at the same time, like, I'm like, you should have stayed with them, you know what I mean? But of course, you wouldn't really have an exciting movie if you didn't have that, so that's obviously why it's in there. And the movie's entirely in Mayan language with subtitles. So if you don't like subtitles, like, you might not want to watch it, but if you don't care, or if you haven't really experienced, like, a foreign film before, like, this is technically it sort of is, but it's not really a foreign film in a way, because it is like an American production, because Mel Gibson is obviously American. But I still recommend checking it out. And like it's gotten like numerous great reviews. Like even on here, like on the back of this, it says that it's pure adrenaline from Peter Travers from Rolling Stone, and he's absolutely right, because it's one of those movies that just pumps you up like when you watch it, and it's like a lot of it's like edge of your seat, because you're not you're not ready to see what happens next, or like you're kind of like anticipating what's happening next and stuff like that. And it also says from Paul Fisher from Dark Horizons, totally mesmerizing adventure that is unlike any film to come out this year. It's a total triumph, and that's very true. When it came out in 2005, I didn't see it because I would have been too young to see this, obviously, but it definitely deserves the R rating that it gets. And there's also like a lot of female nudity too, so be aware of that, and definitely not for the kids because it's very gory, very violent. It's definitely not something that you want to show with your kids, or watch with your mom, or maybe even your dad. I mean, I guess it depends on like on their taste of movies. I guess it all depends, but. Yeah, there's like a lot of great scenes of action the music is on point, like the scenery, the special effects are on point, and Mel Gibson, like he knows how to make a great movie. Like he might not be like the brightest person in the world, but he knows how to make a great movie. Like this one and Hacksaw Ridge. If you guys haven't seen that, that's another great one. Um, and I know he did Passion of the Christ, which I have not seen. I heard that one's really good. That's another movie that's very controversial that he got a lot of shit for. Um, but I think that if you like Mel Gibson or if you like any type of film that is like revolves around in like another country and stuff like that, I recommend giving it a look. It's a little long. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes, but honestly, it doesn't feel like it's a long movie, though. It goes by pretty fast because there's a lot of, action going on. I mean, like, yeah, there are some certain moments where there's, like, slow burns, but they're necessary to basically, it's basically, building up, to the, action parts and everything. That's how I feel anyway. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody saying that this movie was bad. If you think it's bad, I mean, that's okay. But if you like this movie, let me know what you think of it down in the comments. Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? And if you've seen it, do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your favorite part? And what's your favorite Mel Gibson film of all time? Let me know that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys about that. So definitely check out Apocalypto. You can watch it on Amazon Prime for free. You can also pick up the DVD for pretty cheap. It's been out for a while. It's also on Blu-ray too. And I'll definitely like to pick up the Blu-ray someday. Hopefully they'll put it out on 4K eventually. I think they should because it's one of those like most popular movies that it definitely needs a 4K treatment. So let me know what you guys think of that. Do you think it deserves a 4K treatment, or are you fine with just the regular Blu-ray itself? If you have it, let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one.